So my name's Alice Bows-Larkin. I am a Professor of Climate Science and Energy Policy. I'm also the Director of the Tyndall Manchester Research Group. And here in Manchester, whilst I have a background in physics, I work in an interdisciplinary research group focusing on energy and climate change and how to curb greenhouse gas emissions. Well, I do lots of different projects on reducing CO2 emissions across the energy system, and one in particular is focused on shipping and also on aviation that I've done in the past. And so looking at different ways in terms of technology, engineering, but also on the social science side, how do we reduce emissions from the shipping sector? And so because of that research and some other wider research on carbon budgets, I went along to the climate negotiations in Paris in 2015, at the end of 2015, which is the United Nations conference and negotiation process, where countries have to come and commit to what they're going to do on climate change. So in particular, I was talking about what might be the impact of the shipping and aviation sector, how to reduce their emissions, and the importance of those sectors in particular, as well as other sectors, in curbing emissions in line with a global 2-degree temperature target. So the important thing about that conference is it wasn't a scientific conference, it's a conference where different political leaders have to commit to what they're doing about climate change. Climate change being a huge global challenge, we're nowhere near managing to reduce emissions in line with what we need to do to avoid what they call dangerous levels of climate change. So my role there is to raise the profile of some of the research that I do, to indicate how hard, how challenging it might be to reduce these emissions, and to try to paint some solutions. And we hope that by doing that kind of work, which is sort of beyond the research and communication of that research, that we can actually help to make a difference in terms of articulating the challenge, and then governments and industry and policymakers can come together and make better decisions about climate change.